Oh, I hate doing bottle caps. All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers That Filters podcast, episode 94. I am your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm drinking another beer that my friend left in my apartment. This is Robert the Bruce Scottish Ale by Three Floyds. And it's
Interesting.
pretty good. I like it.
I'm Joseph, and I'm drinking probably one of my top beers, which is Modest Brewing's Dream Yard. I think I've had it before on the podcast. Felt like splurging. And yeah, one of my favorite local Minneapolis beers.
Very nice.
Well, I'm Gabe, and I'm drinking the Press Lingonberry Elderflower. It's not focusing because I have that brightness all fucked up.
Another new flavor.
Yeah, we talked about it like last week about there's enough for a new variety pack, and they did it.
The Mad Lad actually did
it.
Right under our noses.
Yeah, they did get rid of the chili one that we've talked about. It was
which we called.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Maybe we have an inside scoop on Press flavors. I don't know.
I'm just saying, when are we going to get sponsored by them? Like,
Who's to say?
We're their biggest fans. We keep calling their moves. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
And Gabe, you said you liked the second variety pack better than the first one, right?
Yeah, I did. Because it's pineapple something. I think it's pineapple basil. Yeah, there's pear, apple cinnamon.
Yeah, you.
Lingonberry. I'm fucking it up. They were just a lot more unique, I think. Like they stood out more. I think they definitely realized they had a lot of, there's a lot of the same flavors out there seltzer wise. So I feel like they tried to differentiate themselves, and they're all pretty good.
Definitely. So I have another new seltzer as well. This one got left at my place like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it is a spin-off of a classic Bud Light Seltzer Platinum Edition.
Oh, it's 8%.
8%.
Yikes.
Oh,
I think
damn.
I've seen those.
And I will have you know that in our hard seltzer ranking episode, I think it was me at least. Feel free to call me out on this. I had the epiphany that Bud Light Seltzer Lime smells like the Flintstones vitamins, and this one's no different. It just has a little bit more alcohol in it.
Yeah, does it have more of a bite, or is it?
It does. It's not nearly as good.
It's probably like the PBR harder seltzer.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know if
seltzer.
like the carbonation was gonna like offset it enough, but looking at that reaction, it didn't look like it did.
Speaking of trying new seltzers, I had the opportunity to try a Four Loko seltzer.
Oh.
It was the mango flavor, and I seriously think it is worse than Natty Daddy. That's all I got.
What percent was it?
What?
What percent was it?
I think it was 8% as well. So like, Four Locos, same size. Actually, are Four Locos the same size, or are they 1 ounce smaller than a Natty Daddy?
Dude, I
I
don't
don't know if they're 24.
The Natty Daddy had the extra ounce. So
Yeah.
It's probably only 24 if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
doesn't it say on the can like
plus
the
1 ounce.
big one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the big one.
And it's 1 extra ounce.
Yeah.
It's not too crazy.
Which, like, let's be real here. Once you get through 24, like, you might as well just throw the extra ounce out anyway. Like,
Did
Based
we
on-
tell you about?
I was just gonna say, I don't think we told this story, Joseph.
I don't know. So fucking Cooper found Natty Daddies a couple weeks ago and was so excited about
No.
them. Like
He had them in our fridge for weeks.
well, yeah, they've been in our fridge it's been more than a couple weeks. It's been at least a month and a half. They've just been sitting in three of them sitting in our fridge, taking up space. And I don't want to drink one.
Yeah, he claimed there was one for each of us, and me and Joseph were like, fuck no. Like, I'm not in college anymore. I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need to pay 99 cents for a 25 ounce beverage. Like I'm better than that now. I can splurge a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like But he's like, no, we're all gonna do daddy daycare. It's gonna be great, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. So was it last weekend? He's like, I'm out of stuff to drink. Fuck it. I'm gonna drink a natty daddy. And this is like well into the night. Like he's not
it was
sober.
not his first drink, which is only the thing it should be used for is your first drink.
But like if you've had a bit to drink, you can like ignore the taste a little bit
True.
more, which is helpful. But he drinks and he goes, this isn't as bad as I remember. And I'm like, Cooper, that's disgusting. I think he made it. Did he even make it halfway?
He didn't. No, he made it like
a quarter.
40%. It was probably like 40%.
And dumped it out. And I'm like, what are we
was
gonna do with
hyping
these
up,
other two
you
now?
Left them in our fridge. Didn't even fucking finish them. It's like, dude.
It's
Now you want us to drink them? No.
Fuck that. So
Joseph, if you were back in college, would you if price wasn't a factor, would you rather drink a natty daddy or a stronger seltzer?
Oh, stronger seltzer.
Okay.
Hands down.
I'm just trying to figure out what the market is for these stronger seltzers, these 8% silos of seltzer, because it doesn't seem like a good idea.
See, the stronger seltzer I enjoyed. It was a different enjoyment out of a standard seltzer.
Mhm.
Like this is I want to get drunk, but I don't want to like have it sit in my stomach like you do with like some beer, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's still fairly refreshing, but it's not like just sipping on a nice seltzer, in a hot summer's day, trying to cool you off. This is like I want to get drunk and I want seltzer water to do it.
Yeah.
But
Natty
Also,
Daddy is
speaking of-
definitely like you got the malt liquor taste, and it's like
Yeah.
you're not gonna enjoy it, but it'll get the job done.
yeah.
I think I would probably die if I did daddy daycare.
Like again.
Yeah. Yeah, like back then my tolerance was a lot higher than it is now.
Well, that too. But fuck.
Also, speaking of seltzers, I was looking back at old podcast episodes recently. I watched the first hour of the seltzer ranking again. I don't know why. I just love that episode of ours, and it's just very, very enjoyable to watch. I've watched it like 5 times.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love seeing the reactions of you guys not knowing what's what. It's
Yeah.
like Joseph and Gabe just missing their predictions.
Oh, so
Completely.
it was
I think
so
we-
confident though. Like
we
me
got
and Joseph
2
like,
right.
oh, we got this, and then we just both.
We only got 2 right.
I will say, that one is a very like fond episode for me. Like it was, I think it's just because it was so like different from our normal content, and it was just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
I had a
very
lot. I had a
enjoyable.
lot of fun making the Pokemon cards for it too, and everything.
Yeah, yeah, we put a lot of work into that episode. It was a good
Yeah.
time. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on YouTube for sure.
Yeah, not Spotify, YouTube. Please.
Well, they've probably already listened to it on Spotify, but if you haven't seen the video version, it adds a
Yeah.
You can
other
you can
level.
see each one of us progress into different levels of drunkenness.
Yeah.
You can watch Gabe dance because he has to pee for 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
I will never live that down. I stand by it though.
Welcome back to this episode of the podcast. This is episode 94. As always, you can find our show every Monday on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Google Play. You can follow us on Instagram at EWF Podcast, and you can follow us on Twitch at EWF_podcast, where we stream our episodes live on Thursday nights as we record them, if you're interested in watching that. Gabe, how many viewers we got right now?
Just me.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Look at us go. I'm bumping our numbers up one at a time.
I'm telling you, like, we still don't make money from the podcast, and we have different ways to. If we get 100 YouTube subscribers, we could monetize our videos. If we get there's like some Twitch requirements to become.
If you
able
have
like-
you have to stream for multiple streams a week.
Yeah, I think it's like
So that's
three-
not really
three
that's
times
not
a
really
week, 4 times a week.
feasible for us.
You also have to get like an average viewers, like 5 average viewers.
I think it's three average concurrent viewers.
Oh, so we could do that. We just
yeah,
have to
except
do,
it's the
I'm just saying-
stream.
what I'm
It's the
saying is-
streams per
Yeah.
week that would
Yeah.
get us.
Yeah,
do
and like
3 20-minute eps. There we go.
just break it out. I'm saying if we'd good enough on Twitch, we'd get Twitch subscribers, which nobody would actually subscribe to. So there are ways for us to make money, but it's just not going to happen anytime soon. But that's
Yeah.
okay because we love making the show for
We
you.
need like a breakout episode, like our hit song, but like in a podcast where it just like gives us 1 million views because someone like, I don't know, did something crazy. Like someone was dying on the pod. Yeah.
Someone makes like a TikTok.
Yeah,
viral.
there's like some highlight bit that like everyone's like, oh, this is actually pretty good. That's what we need. We need to go viral for one dumb clip.
We read that the rest of our lives. Joseph, you told me you had a funny anecdote you wanted to share, so I'm giving you the floor.
All right. So, for those who have been following my life, that I don't know how much I've actually talked about this on the podcast, but I've been working on this machine. It was kind of like my first machine at work from start to finish. So I started it last October, I think. So it's been over a year now. Started it. There's design work, all the way through to it's actually being built and then shipped. So it just got shipped a couple months ago at this point. So I'm kind of done with it.
Joseph,
But
can you say kind of what your job is in general?
yeah, sure. So I'm a systems engineer. So for a medical device manufacturing company. So we make machines for medical manufacturers to automate their systems. So say for example they have, I don't know, some menial task, I say menial, but some repetitive task that they do that they want automated. They come to us, we make a machine to automate. It's generally just like a one kind of task thing. Like there are some that are like big systems, like whole assembly lines, but that's not as common. So this machine tested some electronic components of a handle for a catheter essentially. And so there were four parts to this machine, or four machines part of like a big project. So it deployed a heart valve. So there's one testing the heart valve, there's one testing the electronics on the handle, one testing the actual catheter that goes into your body, and then one testing all of them together essentially. So there's four parts, and there's even a fifth machine that like built part of the catheter. That actually one of my friends, I say friends, but like one of my work friends, that he started around the same time. So he started this machine around the same time I did. He had been working on it and actually still is working on, just because it's been a pain in the ass. But let's see, it would have been this Tuesday, so was that the 16th, I think? The company 17th, no, yeah, 17th, because the 18th was Wednesday. Anyway, on the 17th, this company that bought or is buying these machines sent out an email, or not an email, a public statement saying they're discontinuing this heart valve.
Oh.
Yikes.
because of like expenses related to the deployment of the valve. This is also a valve that they've had like they used to do it manually, like instead of like an electronic handle, there's like these cranks or whatever at the end of the catheter to like deploy, because there's like 3 different layers and like it deploys this heart valve. So they recalled these valves essentially, but they're like, but don't worry, they're safe. It's just been development has been a bitch, so we're canceling it. So my machine shipped a month and a half ago, and it wasn't really done because there were still updates that they needed to do to it, just because of their development timeline. And so it's like, well, we're done with that. There's machines that are in the field that are like, well, we don't need these anymore. And then this other machine there's one machine that's not even like started being built yet. And they're like, fuck it. We're done.
Just cutting our losses.
And then there's one that, my buddy is like crawling to the finish line. He's like 2.5 steps away from the finish line. And they're like, nope, we're done. Fuck it. And so they just announce it. They don't tell us anything. They just make this public statement. So my buddy who's been working on it, he emails me a link to these articles and says, this is that valve. And I was looking and I was like, fuck, that means I don't have to do these updates. Cool. And then I was like, wait a second, what is your machine going to do? He's like, I don't know. Probably just going to get scrapped. He's put in so much effort, so close to the finish line. And they're just like, nah, we're done. Fuck it.
That is like, okay, at least it wasn't your company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like it wasn't your fault or anything. And like you did exactly what you were expected to do. You built it, you shipped it, they paid for it.
Yeah.
But that is just hilarious.
And it's not even like, I read into the articles, right? And it's not like they're canceling it because like, oh, we're not delivering the machines on time, we're not doing this. It's like no, we have to like redevelop the product because this is not working how we thought it would. And like it's just been a shit show on their end of like stuff not working, and then like, hey, here's this thing that kind of half works, can you help us? And we're like, that's not our fucking problem, we can't make this thing work. That's not how we, you're supposed to come with us with a done product. And they were halfway through development, and so it was a huge ordeal. But yeah, so then he sent out just the email to me and was like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? And so we were talking for a little bit, and then yesterday, because there was one project manager that did like all of those projects, he emailed like a big group at our company. It was like, just so you guys know, these projects are done. Like, the machines aren't, but the project is. And like, and then yeah, he's like, I just got this text from the guy at the company, and they're done. They reassigned all the engineers on their end. They canceled the project, like their internal project name. They shut that down. Everyone's gotten reassigned, and a bunch of layoffs too and shit. It was like, fuck.
Did they pay up front for stuff? Because like, that's not...
It's staggered.
Okay.
So like when they like purchase, there's like a purchase order. There's like so much that they pay, and then like at each certain design phases or like phases throughout the project they pay. And for like the ones that were pretty much done, they're like, yeah, we'll sign the documents, it's done, we accept it. He's like, yeah, they're just gonna mothball the machines, like just gonna put them into storage and scrap them, maybe, who knows.
How do you feel, Joseph, that something you worked on for like over a year is now completely useless?
Never gonna be used.
Never be used.
The most I can hope is that it's just scrapped and like just like stripped for parts.
Yeah.
Like it kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of like glad because now they're not gonna call me for like service questions, so I don't need to deal with like that. Like, hey, this thing's not working. I don't fucking know. Fix it. They can't come to me anymore for that. So like, and again, they were on prototype 1, and then they were upgrading to 1.5. So like the official design freeze for the product wasn't going to be until January, this coming January anyway. So like they're gonna have to probably update it again then. So it's just like this project was just gonna keep spilling over. So like I'm thankful that's done, but also I spent almost the entire spring and half the summer working on this, getting this done, and now it's just nothing. But also I don't care. It's I finished it, so I don't.
It's like you didn't do anything wrong. You did your job. Like.
Yeah.
This is just shit happens. So I think that's so funny though.
Yeah. So it's been funny too because obviously it's like it's got because the group that like was a part of it obviously got emailed, and then like people talk about it. So like I've been hearing like, oh, you were on those projects? Yeah, I heard that they got canceled. Blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, feel really bad for this guy because he was so close, or like whatever.
I feel definitely worse if I was him.
Oh yeah.
I imagine you'd have some like anger, being like, if you guys would have just known this ahead of time when you hadn't gotten this project, and I wouldn't have been getting fucked for the past few months.
He was gonna have a customer meeting on like Tuesday morning, and the guy like emailed Tuesday morning, like just before the meeting, was like, hey, we're gonna have to reschedule this or cancel this meeting. Some stuff's happening internally. I'll talk to you later about it. And they're like, what? And then they got a forward of these articles, and they're like, shit. Fuck. What do I do now?
Yeah.
So
that sucks, dude. But it's fucking funny.
It's funny that it's another like new engineer with me that like on that project, and like because at one point we were kind of racing to see whose project would get done first. But his had like a major mechanical malfunction where like part of it just broke, so he kind of got shat on for that, or not shat on, but like he's like had to stop working because it's like this thing's broken and it takes 3 weeks to mill it, and then it took twice that. So,
COVID.
but
Did.
yeah.
Well,
So
and-
he's kind of salty. I was
Yeah.
like, you should like steal something from the machine as like a memento to its bullshittery, right? Like just like a fuck you, right? And he's like, I don't want to remember this. I want. He's like, I was like, hey, just have a beer, no, because it put like parts together, right? So it was like, once it's like done, like you'd have to like take it apart, and it's like 60 parts or like 100 parts, 60 or 50 of each kind. So it's like every other. So you'd have to like sort them out and like have a beer, knowing you don't have to like sort those parts again. He's like, I don't know if it'll be a beer of celebration or sorrow that this thing isn't done. I'm like, hey, whatever it takes.
like have a beer, go on vacation for a little bit.
Yeah, take
Try
a
to
couple
get it
days
done.
off.
Well, speaking of taking days off, I got there eventually on the Segway. Uh, and I'm sure everyone listening is painfully aware Thanksgiving's been canceled this year. Uh, Shit's fucked. Obviously, COVID cases are higher than they've ever been since, what was it, March that this kind of whole thing started. Um, it just sucks. The world just sucks right now. And, like, I know pretty much all of us have canceled our Thanksgiving plans of going home and seeing family. And nothing really do about it. It's just kind of the way the world is. But I do want to know what you guys are doing instead, how we're trying to stay upbeat in these shitty times. Dayton, I'm gonna go to you first. What are you gonna do for Thanksgiving this year?
I mean, I'm probably gonna cook. Probably gonna
Mhm.
cook up a green bean casserole, some stuffing, some potatoes. I think I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow, and I'm gonna pick up a nice vegan turkey roast, and try cooking that. I've never had one before, um, so I'm gonna be interested to try it and see how it turns out.
Is
Um,
it Tofurkey?
no, well, it's
Tofu
not the
turkey?
brand. That's not the brand of it. It's
Is
Garden.
Tofurkey a brand?
Yeah, it's a brand. Yeah.
Oh. I
Yep.
didn't know that. I've just heard the name.
Yep. But yeah, so like my roommate and his girlfriend are gonna be down, and I think at least one of my friends that I've been like we're in like the same bubble technically. He's sticking around here too, so we're probably gonna have like a 4-person like friendsgiving sort of deal. So that should be pretty fun. Obviously, won't be the same as going home for Thanksgiving or anything, but what can you do?
Yeah, these are the times.
Yep.
Joseph, what about you?
Gabe and I are doing well. I don't know if Gabe is.
Oh yeah,
He's, I don't. I
depends on
think guess
Gabe
he's
too.
still on the fence. But we're doing a little friendsgiving thing here too.
That's this weekend. I'm not.
Oh yeah, fuck. I'm sorry.
It's Saturday.
Yeah. I've been so fried from this whole shit at work. I don't know what day it is. But like for actual Thanksgiving, I'm probably not doing anything. Actually, I think my girlfriend's family is doing like a close family thing, like her parents and her brothers. So I might go to that, but I'm not even certain about that.
Gabe is
Yeah,
brandishing his second seltzer of the
That's
night.
a new flavor.
Grapefruit
Bud Light grapefruit. Okay.
from Bud Light. Yeah.
And Gabe, you're still figuring out your stuff, right?
Yeah, man. Classic Gabe move. Wait till the last fucking second to make a decision and regret it anyways. It just. I mean, I want to see my family, but I currently have plane tickets. And I don't want to be in any scenarios such as the following: A, give it to a family member who is not capable of fighting it. Getting it myself and being stranded at my hometown for 2 weeks, or just getting it. I don't know. Like, if it can be avoided, I don't know. I feel like the numbers and everything else is kind of pointing to a no, I guess. I just haven't officially said no
yeah,
yet.
it's hard. It's hard to like. I mean, I talked to my mom today, and I was trying to figure out like, would it make sense for Thanksgiving? And we're talking about Christmas too. Like, what's like the best course of action? Is there a scenario where I could see my family but also be safe? And it's just like it's no.
It's not,
Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
we always go to my uncle's house, who's in in Illinois, so he's literally like an hour away from me, and so it feels like bad that it could be so close. It could be just like, a short drive to go see everyone, but
Mm-hmm.
they have 5 people in their family and they're all doing different stuff, and
Yeah.
my family's doing different stuff, and it's just like there's just too many factors. Like it's just not gonna.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like they decided, was it last week, that they're just gonna do immediate family only. I mean, even with that, like my brother goes to school in a different part of the state. My stepbrother's off in his area. Like he's got a girlfriend that does her own work. Just a bunch of people from different areas, and then there's obviously my work group, and then people I live with, and the plane. It's like, I mean, that network of people gets connected so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you see all those cases go up like that. But also, I don't know. It's just not a great situation because, I mean, humans are just so social, but like the virus doesn't give a fuck about like traditions. If you think about it, traditions are just like this human-made thing. Like
Well, COVID
every
likes
year you
traditions
hang out with
too.
people, huh?
COVID
I mean,
loves
it
traditions.
loves
That's how
them, but it's
spreads.
not. Yeah, it's not like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, we'll take a break. You know
Yeah.
how you see in like those pictures of like World War I and II where they like take a break on Christmas and they won't shoot at each other or whatever. But like COVID doesn't give a fuck. It's like, dude, I'm gonna kill more of you.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be a part of the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pointing towards
Yeah.
no.
And I know
As
at
soon as
least
oh, go ahead, dude.
at least for like us in Michigan, like Michigan is getting like pretty shitty right now, like especially West Michigan. I was looking at cases and it's like, at least when I checked on Wednesday, it was like 2.5 times worse as it is here in Connecticut right now. And Connecticut is like not doing the greatest, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to go somewhere where it's worse than where I'm at right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at a hot spot of like the country, it's every state.
It's all red.
Yeah.
But it
don't know
is
if
cool. You can go on local, like you can go on the Michigan website and like go by county. So I've been watching the county I'm
Yeah,
from.
and like that's like I compared like my county that I'm in right now is like 2.5 times better than my home county.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
That's a yike.
that ain't happening.
Yeah, as soon as I realized, like, decided today, like, yep, definitely not going to Thanksgiving. I texted my 2 friends who live in Lafayette. I'm like, all right, Thanksgiving's canceled. Friendsgiving, let's go. And one of them already has plans. The other one, she's like, oh, like I'm going to my friend's house. Like, you can come if you want to. I'm like, I'll come, but only if I'm allowed to cook. She's like, I would not take that away from you. So Dayton, as you said, it's all about cooking on Thanksgiving, baby. I gotta do the green bean casserole. I gotta do the stuffing. I'll probably do the ham in the crock pot like we did, because turkeys are fine. It just seemed like a lot of work.
Like I did. Cooper couldn't fucking do it. He made the vegetarian fuck do it for him.
My gosh.
But yeah, I love like cooking for people. I think it just, I don't know. I get a lot of joy from that.
I'm glad you do, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Well, I remember back when we did our big Thanksgiving blowout at the house, like it was like me, Joseph, and Dayton, I think, in the kitchen, and everyone else was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Put
like,
a lot of effort into his stuffing too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, he spent all fucking day on that thing.
It was worth it. The pork belly stuffing.
Yeah, that was
but
pretty
like
good.
in the final like hour before we were like serving the food, I think it was me, Joseph, and Dayton, and everyone else was like, "Get the fuck out of the kitchen! Like we're working here," you know.
I mean, that kitchen can't support the 8 people that were in that house.
It's like possible. I know you're trying to help, but you're in our space. So like, and Gabe wasn't trying to help, but like we're still like Gabe.
Hey, too many cooks in the kitchen's a thing. Okay, maybe
is.
I was just realizing it.
It's like they just needed to help us by getting the fuck out of our hair.
Yeah, that's what I was helping you guys. That's why I did it.
That was a bomb ass Thanksgiving though. I still have fond memories of that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that night so clearly because that was the night before my 21st birthday party. Or I say party since I turned 21. Like I remember getting all that food and then thinking I was gonna die because I was the last one in the friend group to turn 21. So I mean, typically how it goes, it's your birthday, someone buys you a drink. It happens. And I was being the last one. I was like, there's gonna be 7 people buying me drinks. I'm doing some quick math. It's like it takes me like 3 before I'm gone. 8 is bigger than 3, or 7 is bigger than 3. It's like, oh no. That was a fun day though.
I hope that we can all still have a pretty good time at Thanksgiving this year. And then, yeah, Christmas I think is a similar situation because like Dane said, like, I'm looking at Minnesota and it's like, okay, Minnesota's on lockdown right now, and I'm coming in. It's like, okay, I could see my family obviously, but like probably can't see my friends because of lockdown. Like I could theoretically go see Gabe and Joseph, but like I don't know if I want to do that to like put them at risk.
Mhm.
Yeah, or
Would
you
you say-
be at risk.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
we're
Yeah,
at work
okay.
in the cities.
Other
and-
way around. Yeah.
Yeah, like my mom's family is not gonna be able to see anyone because like they have small kids and stuff, and it's just like, okay, well, then I would go for my family and be there for like what 2 days, and it's just like it's not worth the 9-hour drive back and forth for that.
Yeah.
This is
Not
this is
easy.
this is a COVID thought that I had the other day at work, and I think it would be so much fun to have a party where you have to show your vaccination forms to get in, and then you just have like stuff like jungle juice where you literally just like dip your cup in and like drink from it, like where it's just like, yeah, there's fucking germs for the first time in a year and a half.
And like Contagions playing in the background.
Yeah, it's just like
Okay.
it would
Yeah,
be so
I think
much
of that
fun
movie
though.
a
Like,
lot.
and like in order to get in, you have to like lick the doorknob as you come in too, and like, I don't know, just
Dude, I think that'd be hilarious because everyone would leave, and then next day everyone would all have like the flu. Like it'd be some other
Yeah.
like, contagious thing. It's like, well, we didn't get COVID, but we all got sick anyway.
Yeah. Well, what's that bit in Contagion? Like they have like bracelets after they get the vaccine,
Mhm.
and then like they can hang out with the other bracelet people.
I guess that probably something like that. If I had to guess, like,
Oh, it absolutely will be. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of employers are like, you need to show proof that you're vaccinated before you can even
Well,
step
you
foot
won't
on
need
these
a-
grounds.
You won't need the bracelet because it's gonna have the microchip in it, so they'll just scan you for the
right.
microchip and you'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
So,
a good thing that the White House is helping out the new administration get the vaccine coordinated, right, guys?
Mhm.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, that's happening, right?
Right.
Sure.
Ugh, God, Trump's such a fucking baby, dude.
No.
He acts like a child. He's like, no, I won, and I'm not gonna do anything else until we fix this because I actually won. It's like Trump. The pandemic is worse than ever, but all he cares about is get this fucking election overturned, which is never going to happen.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
For
I think-
what purpose?
Okay, hear me out. This is a little
Besides
conspiracy
ego.
theory. I think he's purposely sowing doubt in a lot of news networks so that he can make his own and
Oh,
then
yeah.
sell subscriber feeds and be like, if you want to hear the truth, subscribe to my blah blah blah. And then that's why he's been like attacking
Fox.
networks that have been protecting him for years.
Yeah. No, I think
Because-
that's very, very valid.
I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's being smart. He's being stupid but smart.
But like,
you know?
he can do that without being a complete piece of shit. And
yeah,
like,
but that's not a
denying-
style, man.
I know. That's true. It's just so fucking annoying. But yeah. Anyway, we're all gonna try to be safe and, yeah, like I said, have fun and cook some fucking food. I hope you all have a good Thanksgiving as well this week. Yeah, stay safe out there. Dayton, give us topic numero dos for tonight.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't have a good segue for this, unfortunately.
Up, down, left, right. Topic.
So how about them video games, huh?
Y'all got
No,
any
so-
more video games?
so at the
Got any
time of
games on your
recording,
phone?
today, Cyberpunk 2077 just released their official gameplay trailer, and I've watched it, and apparently Gabe and Joseph have not.
I
I
haven't
haven't watched it either, actually.
Jacob hasn't either.
Man, you're the
Apparently-
only gamer here.
Apparently, I'm just the most hardcore gamer on this
I
podcast
think so.
right now.
Yeah.
I watched
Um,
the previous 4 Night City Wires, but I didn't watch the one today.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it keeps getting delayed. It's like there's nothing to hype me anymore, dude. It's like
I don't
Just
know,
give me the
dude.
game.
Dude, the Night City Wire, is that what it's called? The
Yeah.
30-minute long like episode thing that happened today. That was great. They talked about like their music and like their music production on it, and that was like really cool. And the music's gonna be so good in that game. They said that they have
Yeah.
over like 8 hours worth of music for the game that they composed,
Damn.
which is insane. So I'm really hyped for that. And they also released like a 6-song EP of like a few songs from the original soundtrack today, and I've listened to them, and they're all very good as well. So I'm getting super hyped for that, and that comes out on the 10th, December 10th.
Yep.
December, yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited because that literally is like right after I finish finals. Like I'll be able to finish my last final and then immediately download Cyberpunk,
Mhm.
and I'll be like on break for 5 weeks from classes, and I'll still have to go in the lab and stuff. But I'm like every other hour I'm playing Cyberpunk, baby.
Yeah, dude, I'm really looking forward to it. I think that I'm gonna let's see. So my 5K training program finishes on the 20th. So that means that I'll have after that I can just be a complete fucking degenerate
Yeah.
and literally just spend all my time gaming.
Dude, that's the pro of like one of the pros of Christmas being canceled too, because like we're gonna be home and not have to worry about traveling. So like, dude, I'm gonna just game all day, baby. Like,
Well, I mean, I already took time off work around Christmas,
Yeah, me
expecting
too.
I was going to travel,
Yeah.
but I'm about to cancel my plane tickets because I doubt I'm going to be going home for that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about it, about getting Cyberpunk. I'm not sold on it yet.
Joseph,
but
you're so bad at finishing games.
yeah, it doesn't mean I don't like starting them.
That's true. Gabe, are you getting it day one? I can't.
Oh yeah, I probably will. Yeah, I think so. I've definitely been in a lull, video game wise. I've been focusing on guitar a lot more, but I think that'll be a game that will bring me back. You know.
By the
I feel-
way, follow Gabe on Instagram. Gabe learns guitar if you want
Yeah.
to see progress.
Hell yeah. It's a lot better when you say it, so it doesn't feel like I'm just shamelessly.
He's gotten to the point now where you can listen to it and it's tolerable. So now's a good time.
Wow, that's quite the fucking recommendation there. Glowing. How can you
Damn.
refuse now? Now you gotta do it.
Exactly.
Is tolerable, Jacob.
Yeah. I'll
that
put that on
the
my
CD
bio.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dayton. Besides, like, as far as games I'm playing recently, like, I was in a mood. This semester's been a mood. I'll just start with that. And I was craving some relaxation. So I bought Breath of the Wild, and I'd already played it because I borrowed it from Gabe, many moons ago. But I bought it for myself and started playing it. And that game is just fantastic for just like getting lost in. Like you can just run around the world and just like chill and solve puzzles or just do whatever you want. But like the bad thing about it is like it's the king of like one more thing. Like I need to go to bed, but like what if I just go over to that place like really fast and like clear this tower? And then I'm like, okay, well, but I saw a shrine down there, so let me just like hop down and like do that quick. And then it's like 2 a.m. and I was like, fuck. Like I just kept doing one more thing until it was like way too late. But that's been a nice kind of relaxation game. And Joseph, I know you've been playing it too a little bit.
Yeah, I just got a Switch, I don't know, a month or so ago, and that's kind of it's really the only game I have, and I've been really enjoying it. I haven't had too much time to play it, but the time I have spent, I think it's really fun. It's good to, I don't know, get back into video games. I haven't really played any in a while, so feels nice.
I feel like it's harder and harder for me to like have a game to get myself interested in them now. Like the game has to be really good for me to be like, ooh. Unless, like, especially lately with, the previous topic, it's a multiplayer game. If someone else is playing it and they're like my friend, I'll try it for the most part. I know Dayton's probably gonna be like, "Ooh, Phasmophobia, why don't you buy it?" I don't like being scared, Dayton.
You're
Tell us
such a
about
front
that.
wiper. You're such a front wiper.
I'm a scaredy cat.
It's
Tell
literally
people-
not even scary.
What is Phasmophobia, dude?
Phasmophobia is like a ghost hunting game.
Yeah, that doesn't sound scary.
So like, but the thing is, the game is like the graphics aren't good enough, and the physics aren't good enough for it to be like scary.
Like, is it glitchy enough to where it's funny and not scary?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Like I can count on like one hand the amount of times that I've been scared, and I've played like 10 hours or something. And even so, like the amount of times that I've been scared, like they're either like jump scares or they're like done within like 5 or 10 seconds. But anyway, so like how the game works is you have like these different types of ghosts, right? and you have these different, like, I'll call them like symptoms or traits of these ghosts that you have. So like for example, one might be like freezing temperatures, or another one might be like ghost writing, where like the ghost will like write in a book or something like that. And you have like these items.
Ghostwriter.
You have like items, right? And then the items can tell you which traits the ghosts have. And then you have to use those items strategically and like find which like room or which area they're in these maps, to be able to like determine what ghost it is. And the ghosts can kill you, if they're like hunting. And what's I think the coolest aspect of the game is that when you talk through the mic, the ghost actually reacts to what you say. So, for example, like some ghosts might, like if their name is like just some fucking standard thing like John Smith, you can like ask them questions. So like if their like trait is to like speak basically, or I forget like the word is, but like they'll like talk to you. You can just be like, John Smith, are you in this room? And they'll respond back with like, here, or something like stupid like that. Like you have to have like the special radio. But
Nope.
but like
Can
yeah,
you
or
can you
they're-
say boo and scare the ghost? You go,
no, except
Boom.
that's the other thing,
Spoken.
Joseph, where like if they hear you talking, they're more gravitated to you. So like if they're hunting and you
Ooh.
talk, they will be drawn to you. So if you hide in a corner, don't say anything. It's like actually hiding
Fuck.
in real life, which is super cool.
Fuck.
So like I think that's the coolest aspect of the game for
So
me.
how do
'cause,
you
like,
win?
you determine what ghost it is, and like you go back to the truck and like turn in the mission essentially.
Also, you have to,
Oh,
like, take a
so it's
picture
not
of
like
it,
you
too.
catch it like Ghostbuster style. You just have to figure out what it is and dip.
Yeah.
I thought you get extra money for taking a picture of it.
Sometimes you do. There's different like objectives for each one. Like one of the objectives might be like stop the ghost from hunting with the crucifix, or take a picture of the ghost, or capture freezing temperatures with a thermometer, stuff like that.
But you don't have to like actually like exercise or capture the ghost. It's just like,
No.
all right, we figured out you are. We're getting the fuck out of here. Somebody
Yeah,
else.
what's
Yeah.
the point, dude? If you're like, hey, there's a killer ghost in there, go figure out what it is. Like you already said, killer ghost. I'm out. Like I'm not going in that fucking house. Because then they're just like, oh yeah, it's a killer ghost, but it's also cold. Be like,
It's a
oh,
banshee.
now
All right,
I
well,
won't
that's so
move in.
helpful.
Now I'm not gonna move in. Like, come on.
Gabe, I think that you should at least buy it and use
How
the
much is
free.
it?
It's $14. Because at the
It's not that
worst,
bad.
right? Okay, so Steam has the 2-hour refund window,
Yeah.
so you can play it for an hour
If
and
I shit my
59
pants
minutes.
within 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I watched some streams of it, and it does look like a good time.
And
I'm
the
a scary
dev-
baby.
The dev hired like 4 more people or something like that to like start. He's gonna pull it out of early access right now, so I guarantee you the price is probably gonna increase. And then there's gonna be more content added to it.
They need to hire some artists. Yeah, because the graphics are pretty dog shit. It's like I feel like they need to up some of the polish in that game a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's part of why it's so funny, because like if you crouch and you look like up,
You can see your teeth or your eyes, right?
no, you can't see your eyes, but like you can like clip your head through walls and shit. So like other people like just randomly see your head like flying through walls. I don't know. It's really fun.
Oh my
Well,
God.
Girlfriend Reviews did a
Yeah.
video on it with Gus Johnson, and they're like, yeah, it was scary at first, but then like the more people you have, you can see those glitches more. And then
Yeah.
for those of you that watch Gus Johnson videos, he's a very silly guy, so like he's just spouting off garbage, like I thought it was blah, 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 you know, and classic Gus shit. So
That's a good video.
And it's
Or
fun.
the crowd you play with can vary greatly on how spooky it is.
It definitely can. It definitely can. Because, like, if you play with me, I'll just like I'll turn off the lights. Like I'll just like flicker the lights sometimes to like get people on edge.
Oh my god.
You prick.
That's why I don't want to play with you, Dave. Like you said, come play
Yeah.
with me. It's not scary. Then
This
you're
is
gonna
a
pull that
hard
shit on me.
sell. This is a hard sell. Spend money
Or-
so I can scare you.
Or you could pick up items and like throw them to make it seem like the ghost is doing that.
Dude.
I didn't do it.
That's some shit Dayton would do and does do.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Speaking of multiplayer games, I have a confession to make.
Oh gosh.
I have still not played Among Us.
It's
I've
a-
only played like one match, and I'm not a fan.
I've played it for one sitting. What did we play? 4 rounds, and I was the imposter 3 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think besides that, I've probably played 2 other games aside, like on top of that. So I've only played like 6 games probably. I don't think it's a game that like I do well. Like, okay, so for context, for people that don't know who the game is and are living under a rock,
I'll say you have to
Essentially-
live under a rock.
yeah, essentially there's what up to 8 people.
Up to 10, I think.
Mhm,
Yeah,
okay.
it's 10.
It's 10 people. So there's like a ship, and then everyone gets tasks, and you have to complete the task to win the game. But the twist is there's like 2 people that are pretending to be like crewmates, but they're actually like these little monsters, and they can like kill you. So they'll like try and be sneaky, kill the crewmates, and then once someone finds a dead body, like, yo, there's a dead body, and then there's a discussion, and then people just lie through their fucking teeth for like minutes, and then they're like, it was you, I saw you doing this, this, and this, and then you like vote people off like Survivor, but they die. And then you just
Like Survivor, but they die.
yeah.
You don't know that they don't die in Survivor.
Yeah, they
The
could just take them out
imposters-
1,000 feet off the coast and tie them to
Oh,
a fucking
no.
cinder block.
Here's a raft. Have fun getting off this island.
Yeah, they just give them like a fucking shitty ass raft in a storm. No, I mean, so the goal is the 2 imposters are supposed to work together and not reveal their identity and kill everybody. And the other people's, like the normal people, the crewmates, are supposed to just complete their tasks before they all
Or-
get killed.
Either
Or
complete their
take out the
task
imposters.
or vote the imposters out.
2 imposters out, yeah.
No, and like, I mean, yeah, like you said, you have to live under a rock to not hear about it. 'Cause, like, it's been popping off recently. Every streamer is playing it. It's broken into like politics with AOC, hopping in and stuff. Yeah, and like it looks fun, but like I haven't been on my big computer that much. It's like a big part of it, but too, it's like, do we have a big enough group? Because if there's like the 4 of us plus a couple of our friends, I don't know if that would be enough.
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
It just
Even-
it
'cause
honestly
you can do
stresses
it-
me out.
You can do it with one person, like one imposter too. So you can
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you can play with like a group of 4, really.
I feel like I'm
Um,
a shit liar. Like I would
That's-
hate being imposter.
Well, that was the thing, is like the first 3 rounds I played, I was the imposter, so I didn't even know what I was like supposed to be doing. Like, how do I lie? I was like, well, what were you doing? I don't fucking know. It said to kill people. Like, it doesn't
know the
tell you what
lingo
to.
yet.
Like, it kind of tells you what to pretend to do, but it's like, I don't know if I'm pretending how to do it right. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm pretending to do. But so I thought it was fun. It was like they asked me, "Wait, what were you doing, Joseph?" This thing. Oh, okay, that works.
Sweat drop falls down forehead.
Yeah.
You feel your heart racing. It's like, how do I lie? It's fun.
I think what makes the game as popular as it is because the climate that we're in, like because
Oh,
we
yeah.
are in like
Well, it's
work
been
from
out for
home
2
culture.
years.
Yeah, the game's been out forever, but it just got popular.
Yeah,
it's
because
not
I
like a-
remember Video Game Donkey making a video on it when it first came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I saw a tweet that was like, this year it was in 3 definable chunks. First was Animal Crossing, when everyone was playing that and having a good time in quarantine, and then it was Fall Guys.
oh
you know,
yeah.
Mhm.
And then it turned into Among Us, with everyone hating each other and arguing. So it's like it just got progressively worse. But I'm curious to see how long Among Us holds out for, because I feel like it's starting to die down a little bit.
Oh yeah, for
But-
sure.
There's always a game that'll rise up.
Replace it. Well, I think people are getting ready for Cyberpunk.
Also.
Well, I don't know, dude, because
Those
Among
are
Us
very
has a
different
lot
games.
of Among Us has
Yeah.
a lot of people that do not normally play video
Well, that's
games.
the thing, is you can play it on mobile.
It's a
Yeah.
mobile, yeah.
But I'm saying, I guess I'm taking it from like a streamer's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how I see the game, right? Is I watch a couple streamers every once in a while, and they've been playing Among Us, but I'm gonna be guessing they're gonna play Cyberpunk coming up.
See, I don't know about that because like Cyberpunk, like I don't disagree that there's definitely going to be streamers on it, but with story games, it's so much harder to stream than it is with multiplayer games because like you can
Yeah.
jump in to a stream, not know anything about it, and still enjoy it. But if like you don't know what's going on in like the story based game, it's really hard to get into it.
Or if you like don't want to be spoiled if you haven't
Yeah.
played it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
It's
that.
true.
That's been happening recently because the PS5 and Xbox Series X just launched, and it was like funny a few weeks ago because back when like the election was still like going on, like the final previews for those consoles were going on, so my Twitter feed was just like, "The world is burning. PS5 is pretty good. The election system is complete dog shit. Xbox Series X plays games fast." I'm like, "Oh, this is like really fucking weird," but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like right now like Demon Souls and like Miles Morales have been popping off, but it's like I don't want to watch Miles Morales because I'm gonna play the game eventually. I don't want to be spoiled on it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But but I agree with Joseph. I think Cyberpunk's gonna really take the Twitch by storm in December because like Twitch, the streamers know that if they play popular games, they'll get more viewers. Like that's just how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
Especially like early game where like there's not any spoilers, right? Where like people want to watch the beginning. Oh, I want to see what this looks like. I want to see like,
Mhm.
you know, I just
And
want to see what the game's about. See if
is a
there's
game
any
with a lot of,
bugs
like,
early on.
There's a lot of decision making in that game, so I'm sure there's be like, "Hey chat, what should I do here?" And like they'll
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if they'll have any like Twitch integrations, like sort of how Hyperscape did, where they had like
Yeah.
community polls,
I
that
can see
actually influenced in game. Because on the what did you say it was called? Night City Live
Wire.
Wire?
Just Night City Wire.
Just Wire? Yeah, they said that they had an option to turn off copyrighted music in game. So there's like a
Yeah.
few songs I guess that are copyrighted, so you can actually turn those off in game and have them be replaced with game or songs that the producers and the composers actually composed.
That's really smart. That's really
Um,
smart actually for Twitch.
Yeah,
Twitch has
yeah.
been going ham on the DMCA takedowns.
they
recently.
have.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. I'm really excited about getting like my teeth sunk into a game to that degree.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's gonna feel nostalgic, I think, in December, because like you said, Joseph, like all of us probably most people took time off, and they probably had plans canceled, so like people are gonna be at home, and it's like this it's like amazing super large game is dropping right in the middle of that. It's like, yeah, everyone's gonna fucking go ham on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have like nostalgia for being like 7th, 8th grade, even probably a little bit younger. Like Christmas break hits. For Christmas, I remember getting like a PS3 and like a headset and then Call of Duty. It's like, oh,
Getting-
all I did. Like
Getting
all
consoles
day.
on Christmas was like the best, dude.
Yeah.
It was
For like
so-
a whole
so
week,
good.
I just fucking nonstop. I'd wake up, fucking play that game, and then go to bed, and then play the thing like for a whole week. Like I couldn't tell you the last time I've just like got up and like I'm gonna play video games today and not have to worry about anything else.
I know, dude. Like, yeah, the feeling of just like waking up early on a Saturday morning and like going downstairs, like grabbing a blanket maybe, and just like sitting in front of the TV playing games all day. It was just the fucking best.
Dude, I remember I got Pokemon Diamond and a DS for one Christmas, and I stayed up so late, like at least for a child. And then I got up like really early. I'm like, oh, I set like an alarm to get up so I could keep playing. And my brother is in the next room, and I'm like, dude, I just beat the first gym or the second gym, and he's like, I'm on like the 4th. He got up at like 4:30 or some like crazy shit. I'm like, oh my god, dude, like I gotta catch up.
Yeah, that was the best, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
forgot-
do wonder if we're gonna look back on like, cause like I mean I look back on like The Witcher 3 like very fondly, which is another
Yeah.
game that CD Projekt Red, that Cyberpunk 2077 that's the same studio that developed the games. So I'm wondering like, especially right now, because obviously like emotions are very high with the whole election and with COVID. So I wonder if like, at least for me, I have the tendency to like tie like memories with like other memories. So like
Yeah.
if I listen to music, then and I stopped listening to that song for like a few years, and if I turn that song on again, I will like remember
back.
what memories and like what I was feeling when I was like listening to those songs. So I wonder if that's going to be like the same thing when I like look back on Cyberpunk.
I think
Um,
it will, because I know a lot of people associate Animal Crossing with the start of the pandemic, because like that
Mhm.
was the game at the beginning that everyone was playing.
Yeah.
Because like you said earlier, did with Among Us, like a lot of non-gamers love Animal Crossing
mhm.
and like got switches to play Animal Crossing. So
Yep.
like that was a very quarantine-related game, and then quarantine kind of got normalized. But now the holidays being so different this year, I think people who are playing like games like Cyberpunk are gonna like, yeah, it's gonna make an impression in their mind.
Mhm.
Yeah. And video
Mhm.
games are like definitely, at least for me, they're very much like an escape thing.
Oh yeah.
Like especially story games like this one that's coming out is like you can, I mean, it's like reading a book or watching a movie, right? You can get lost in something for a little bit and just kind of like forget everything else.
Mhm.
And it's just like I don't know why monkey brains are the way they are, but sometimes it's nice to be like worrying about another problem in a game that isn't really yours, I guess, or like
Oh yeah.
one that's instantly solvable, I guess.
Mhm.
Like, oh, these two people are fighting. I'm gonna murk this one, like, or whatever. Like something about that, like it's instant. Like your character's having issues, and you're in like learning about the world, and like I don't know. I think it's like almost instant gratification or something, but
Well,
it's just
and
very
two,
satisfying.
all the problems were designed with a solution in mind.
Yeah, that's true
Well,
too.
not
Where it's like,
necessarily if because I feel like Cyberpunk is more gray.
well, okay, maybe not, maybe Cyberpunk's a little different, but I'm saying like video games in general,
Yeah.
right? There's a puzzle, there's definitely a solution, right?
Right.
And like
There's,
worst case, if you get figured out, you can look it up online. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, like that. I mean, like I've been playing Breath of the Wild, so it's like, okay, here's a shrine, a, a dungeon essentially made.
puzzle room.
Yeah, a little puzzle room. They made this. They put this in the game because they have a solution. It's gonna be, you know, it might be challenging or whatever, but I can stumble my way through it.
Mhm.
Or
There's
you know,
something so satisfying that though, because like real life is not that way. Like you could have
Yeah.
a problem that lasts years and years and years, and then it might not never have a solution. But it's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, in video games, the path to victory always exists, right?
Yeah.
It's like that's not true in life. Like you
Mhm.
don't know what's gonna happen. Video games, like yeah, like I will figure this out.
there
Or I,
is there is an end game, right? There's
Yeah.
a finish line. There's
Yeah.
a fucking solution to everything
Mhm.
written in it. Unless it's a bug, and you're just fucked.
and along the way, you might get like a really cool story or get really invested in characters and
Yeah.
like to get lost in that world and like you don't think about your own shit.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
a while. That's been my like MO this semester, or at least like the past couple of weeks. I've been just like diving into shows or games just to escape because I just don't want to think about stuff. To my detriment to my sleep schedule. But
Don't say anything, Joseph. I see the face.
Gabe's been diving into a show recently. An anime show.
Joseph, give me the weekly anime update. We're
Oh
doing
fuck,
this.
we're deep into Demon Slayer now.
Hell yeah, baby.
Dude, he
What's-
just
what's
ran
the pitch?
into Huh?
I'll say, what's the pitch for the listeners on Demon Slayer?
Okay, so Demon
Okay,
Slayer,
it's such a generic plot on paper. It
it
really
is. It's this guy, his family was killed by demons. There's demons loose in Japan for thousands of years. They're basically vampires.
They're just vampires.
They die in the sunlight. Some of them have some special powers using blood magic.
They like eating blood.
Yeah, they eat humans to survive.
The more
they can
humans
also
they eat, the stronger they get.
Yeah, basic shit. Only sunlight and a special sword can kill them. A special type of sword, I should say. But however, the animation in this show is beautiful. It's half the reason I watch it. It is beautifully done. And the fights are really cool. We just got through the what are the Tamara balls? Tamari?
Some
Tamari?
Japanese.
Tamari is what they're
yeah.
called. Tamari ball and like the arrow fight. It makes more sense if you watch it. Jacob
But
knows
Joseph,
what we're
you
talking
forgot the main hook of the show is that his family was killed, but his sister got turned into a demon.
about. Oh
And he's
yes.
trying to find a cure.
Yes.
Dude,
So that's his
So-
goal. He wants to murk other demons while saving.
me
saving
and
his
Tim were
sister.
talking about it today at lunch about how like both Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer are super similar. Like family members die, use bad guy power for good, fight bad. Like that's what it boils down to. But fuck, is it not entertaining? Like it's just so entertaining. I don't know.
I was thinking of a comparison recently because, like, so last week after the podcast, you went away, and me and Joseph were talking about Attack on Titan.
I went away.
The thing I was thinking about is like Attack on Titan is kind of like a Christopher Nolan movie, in that you're there because you want to see the plot, what's the mystery, what are the big twists, but like I don't really give a shit about these characters, right? Whereas
Pretty lame.
Demon Slayer is like a Marvel movie. It's like this shit's just cool. I fucking love these characters. They're so lovable, and like anything they do, I want to watch. The action's great, and the world is cool enough,
Yeah, the story. There's like a couple. I don't know. There's a couple cool elements.
Yeah,
but it's not like
there's no lore and stuff.
Yeah, it's not like super like. Yeah, Attack on Titan's like, well, what the fuck are these fuckers that are
so
20 feet tall and eat humans? What the hell?
Yeah, that's like a lot of truth bombing, or it's just like, boom, like, oh shit, this changes everything. But then they do that every fucking 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah,
where it's like in Demon Slayer or Marvel movie, it's like who the hero is, who the bad guy is, they're gonna fight and the hero's gonna win at some point.
Even though I want to see it.
You want to fucking see it, and I would argue both Marvel movies and the Nolan movies are good, just for different reasons, and that's what like these anime like. They're both good, but they serve like different interests, I guess, or desires, and they're just very fun to watch. But yeah, I fucking love Demon Slayer. It's so gorgeous. Joseph, you know me, but whenever that water animation kicks in,
we saw it for the first time. Was it not too long ago? Because it's in the intro, but like when he actually uses it, oh goddamn!
Some cool shit. Dayton watched a couple episodes with me when I lived in Connecticut because I was rewatching it at the time.
I did.
What do you think?
I mean, like, by all means, it was a pretty cool show, but I mean, like, it takes an exceptional show to draw me in.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't watch a lot.
I think if it were playing, then I would probably watch it. I wouldn't put it on for myself.
Right.
I think the only TV show I've ever watched with you, Dayton, was Seinfeld, and you were very sick at the time. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
it was Thanksgiving like 3 years ago.
Or was it?
Wasn't it?
Wasn't it
was Thanksgiving
2 years ago?
No, because we were in school.
What was I?
Well,
sick
we would have been
with?
in school. Yeah, maybe it was 2 years ago.
What was I sick with?
I don't know. The flu.
Oh.
Hungover.
I don't know. I remember
we watched Seinfeld in like 3 movies in one day.
What movies did we watch? Oh, did we watch Big Lebowski?
Yeah, we watched Big Lebowski, Office Space, and Airplane.
Dude, Airplane is so good.
Dude, I don't remember finishing Airplane. I don't remember
Airplane.
finishing Airplane. I must have been out of it.
Dude, we watched that for the first time. I watched it for the first time, 2-3 months ago?
Yeah.
Not even that long ago. But oh my god.
So fucking good.
So many good bits. I know it's a gift, but I think it's such a clever bit where they're like the lady's freaking out from the airplane and they're like, get a hold of yourself, and the next person's like, I got this. And
I'll
like,
take it from here.
harder. And then like there's a line and like they lay the old woman with a gun. Like
the guy's like a billy club and shit.
Yeah, there's like a bat, some fucking
Isn't that also I think it's the first airplane where he's trying to walk to the terminal and people keep trying to like give him handouts and
he just like
karate on him, like throwing him,
choke slams him and shit. And he fucking leaves the guy in the taxi at the beginning of the movie, and like at the end of the movie, there's a guy still in the taxi, like, "Where's my driver?"
And, like, I still think I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. It's still just a fucking great line. I know it's overused so much in the movie, but it's great. And like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the pilot.
Don't they make some sort of like pun about that too? Where like him not being a basketball player or something.
This kid comes up to see the cockpit, and this guy goes, "You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar." He goes, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
Shut your fucking mouth, kid.
Yeah, he was like hiding that he was a pilot, or actually the basketball player.
Yeah.
It's a very witty movie, I would say. But, man, it's so good.
It's very like I don't know what that kind of comedy is called. The guy's just super dry. I don't know.
It felt very British. I don't know if this show was actually British, but it had like that
I don't
vibe
think
to
it
it, I
is.
guess.
I don't think it is either.
You know what I mean by like the
What
wittiness,
was-
though? Like, I don't know, a lot of play on
It's
words.
like Naked Gun.
Well,
very
yes,
similar.
that's what I was gonna say. Is Naked
Yeah.
Gun's like the spiritual successor to it?
I haven't seen that.
But there's
movie.
Airplane 2 though.
Yeah, but I've heard Airplane 2 is not that good.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen it either.
I've heard that I think it's Naked Gun is like
It's like that's
supposed
it's
to be
just
the
super
sequel.
super deadpan is what it is because it's
Yeah.
just an insane situation. The characters are just completely unfazed.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like it's everything is a pun, right? Everything is like the words taken in the most obscene way you possibly can. Like literally, surely you can't be serious. Of course I am. Don't call me Shirley. But like
Mhm.
clearly that's not what they say. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's shit like that.
Fucking great. Go watch Airplane for Thanksgiving, everyone.
Go watch Big Lebowski too.
That
Also
movie's
go
so
watch.
good.
I mean, Dayton, the first time I watched it was with you, and like I knew it was a weird movie, but it just ends, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
like it's so just not a movie structure.
I think that's probably why I like it so much because it doesn't
Yeah.
have
It's
like the common
most
like
non-movie.
yeah, it doesn't have any like common tropes. I don't think like I
No,
don't
it
know.
made a
Super
couple
obscure.
tropes, but yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
other
I
than
mean,
like a voiceover narrator, but
hmm
What's
Dude,
the fucking line that his friend says all the time when he's like arguing with him? It's like, "Am I wrong?" Is that what it is?
no. Well, he says "stay in your lane, Donnie" a lot.
Yeah, but there's like whenever he argues, I think he's just like, "Am I wrong? Am I wrong?" And it's like
No,
the most
he's-
annoying friend.
Which one?
I think he does say that.
Fucking what's his
John
name?
Goodman.
John
The
Goodman.
fat guy?
The big-
Yeah. The one who still practices Judaism, even though it was like his ex-wife got
Yeah,
him
his
into
ex-wife,
it.
like, yeah.
It's the Sabbath.
He like always carries a gun.
Yeah.
I'm
His
pretty
character.
sure it's "Am I wrong?" And it's just like, dude,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Oh
Like, he's
yeah,
the
it
most,
is.
like piece of shit person.
Dude, I think
I'm
my
calm.
favorite
I'm calm.
like-
You're the one that's mad. I'm perfectly calm. You pulled a gun. What?
Oh, I think my favorite
Remember-
meme to come out of that movie is like it's a YouTube haiku and it's a
Oh, I know
priest.
what you're talking about.
It's a priest giving a baptism.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Where's the money, Lebowski?" And then like dunks the baby. It's like, "Where's the fucking money?"
The baby's face is like pure bewilderment. Like, stop. It just it fits so well. It's such a good video. If you search like Big Lebowski priest or something, it'll show up. Or baptism or something.
Oh gosh.
check that
All right,
Remember
everyone,
we
have
made
a
White Russians after
Oh,
we
dude,
watched
they were
it?
so bad. So
Well,
bad.
I've heard if you use anything other than Kahlua, like any like off-brand Kahlua, it does not taste as good.
Did you make it with that weird coffee liquor
Well, yeah,
we had at the house
that's
that
what-
was like Azteca or something?
Yeah, that's what we got for
Oh.
the thing. You're supposed to use Kahlua. If you don't use Kahlua,
But we were
from what I've
fucking
heard,
college students.
yeah, we're not going to pay the extra $2 for Kahlua or however
No.
much it was. So yeah, that's one thing I have heard. To
It still doesn't sound like a good drink to me, but
no,
I'll try it with oat milk one of these days.
yeah,
all right. Can I end the podcast now, Joseph?
no, yeah.
Have a good Thanksgiving. Hope you're staying safe and healthy and happy. Thank you for listening, and as always, find our show on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube on Mondays. Follow us on Instagram at EWF Podcast, and follow us on Twitch if that's your thing at EBF_podcast. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Yeah.
Gobble
Bye.
gobble, motherfuckers.